Hey guys, Chris, Ironhead Garage. Well, we're back on the old 55 GMC. I got the subframe all prepped up, ready for welding. Got the rails nice and ground down, clean. I got the truck frame nice and clean. Well, it's time to put this pig in one more time and marry them together till death do they part. And see how it goes. I've been running that Miller welder. Spin you around. That old beast right there. Man, she lays some good welds. I ain't no professional welder, but my shit'll hold. It ain't gonna break. Never had nothing break before. Sure ain't gonna let Bones weld it. He's sitting over there being lazy still, but alright, well, I'm gonna get this frame up on the jack and wheel her in there for one of the last times. Alright guys. Alright, well, I got some spot welds on her. I built some legs to hold that subframe up. Keep her from sagging. Got it nice and level. You know, I didn't trust this out here because when I put the level out here it was level, but when I put it up on the front end on the A-arm struts here, or whatever you call them, it was off a little bit. So I think I trust this a little bit more than the frame. Got it dead nuts. I noticed here it was bent a little bit, so I think somebody hit and bent the bumper, where the bumper bracket bolts, I guess. The radiator support mount bolts there, but I trust the top of the A-arms a lot better. The frame staying straight. It's nice and square. I squared it another 10 times, but I got some good welds on there. I'm digging that old welder. I just got it welded there and there on that side. And on this side too. Got it right there. I was welding there. Some of that black, I guess there's undercoating on this frame, started dripping out of there. So I might try to scrape some of that off of there first before I weld anymore. But yeah, she's on there. She's married together. Till death do they part. But I can only weld a little bit at a time or it gets too damn smoky in here. I got that fan in the window back there, so I weld an inch and a half or so, and then let the smoke suck out of here. I'm digging this old welder. I've been trying different settings and trying to get it to burn real nice. Over there I was testing a bunch of welds out to see what worked better to wire speed, but yeah, it's a lot better than my little cheap wire feed I used to use, my Camel Housefield. Gotta love the old Miller. But we're gonna keep welding on this thing and see how it comes out. She's staying level, staying square. I'm digging it. Alright guys, I'll weld some more up. Alright, well, I've been welding a whole bunch and everything's welded up except my filler pieces. Not too bad. I don't think that'll come apart. It'll probably stay together right now, but we're gonna put those filler pieces in. I got that side all welded in there. And I welded this inside bomb-proof. So you can see, ran 2 beads because 2 pieces of the frame. The other piece was kind of lifting off from their cheesy welds from the factory, but I welded there, welded up there, welded that hole inside. So now I can build these filler pieces. It'd probably be bomb-proof the way it is now, but I ain't gonna trust it. So, gotta find my stock. It's over there. There it is. And make me a pattern and put them filler pieces in there. Alright guys, I'm back on it. Alright, I got one of the patterns made. I got it stuck in there. So that's what I was talking about. I'm going to weld the filler piece to the subframe. Then I'll be able to weld the truck frame to the filler piece. Same on the top. 2 beads there, and then I got one good plug weld there. I think I'm going to drill a couple more holes here. Maybe just a little bit bigger, maybe 7/16 or something. Then I can plug weld that. Too bad I couldn't get some on the top, but I think it'll be strong. So there's my pattern on the inside. I'll be able to weld down that subframe and then weld all the way across here. And I got a rivet right there, and I got 2 on the top. So on this pattern, yeah, it says outside. I messed up, but I got a hole there that I'll drill, and I think I'll just slot the top kind of like that, so I can get that piece in there. I don't want to cut those rivets because that's what holds that cab mount bracket. So I'm gonna make this piece out of my filler stock, and then use this pattern to make my other piece on the driver's side. Got American Graffiti going. Yeah, one of our favorite shows. Alright guys, I'm back on it. There's John Miltner. I'll be back. Alright, well, I had this pattern that I had made. You guys seen this? So, I made a piece of metal off of that pattern. Notched it there for the rivets. Put a hole there for the rivet. Had to cut it a little shorter on the inside because of the weld inside there. And there's that angle on that side. Fits in there nicely. Now I'll be able to weld on the top and in the middle, and weld that back there, and weld that inside to the truck frame. Then on this side, I'll be able to weld the top to the subframe, and then the top to the truck frame, and same here going down this this angle here. Weld it to the subframe, then weld it to the truck frame, then weld them plug welds. I did drill one more. I might put one more up here, but yeah, that's going to make it super strong for sure. Some guys will do these subframe grafts, and they'll cut this frame here and cut this one, you know, weld big giant plates on all 4 sides and feather it all out, but maybe on a show truck, but you ain't gonna never be able to see this anyway underneath here. So this is a super strong way. Not saying that theirs isn't. So I'm off to making that side. We'll see if I can use some of this pattern I got here or make a new one. Alright. Alright, well, I made a pattern. See it in there for this side. Right there, I got a plug weld, and then I'll probably fill that all the way up with a big giant plug weld. Make it super solid. But there's the pattern. I did end up cutting this one into a couple pieces, but it has to have a hole on the back, and it has to have a top channel. So there's the pattern for there. So now let's turn that into this. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, well, I made the other filler block. There it is. Came out pretty good. Pretty much like the other one, just a little bit smaller. Got a notch for the rivet and a hole drilled for the rivet. Inside's a little shorter. Got a little notch there because of the welds in here, but there it is. Fits pretty slick. Be able to weld the top. The other side's nice and tight down to the frame. So, got them both made now. Now it's time to burn them in. So I just made those with a cheap Sawzall, an old ass jigsaw, and a drill. Yeah, and a marker, some cardboard. So Easy stuff to make, just gotta take your time. Got my mess all cleaned up. Drag that old miller back this way and burn them in. Alright. Well, I slid the old miller back in its slot. You know what that means. She's all welded up. Yep, spent the rest of the day welding on her. Not too bad for a guy that don't weld every day of his life. I think the last time I welded was probably, I don't know, 6 months ago or so. But yeah, not too bad. I think she's going to be bomb proof. You got a couple boogers on there here and there, but it's going to be super strong. I did weld that big giant hole over here on the frame up. Man, I had that thing glowing red hot, but got the tops all welded. Yeah, so it's looking pretty decent for a guy that don't weld all the time, but she should hold. She's nice and strong. So probably take my legs off of here. I did check it for level again after I welded it all. Hard to see, but yep, stayed nice and level, so that was good. It didn't twist on me. Stuff moves around big time when you put some serious heat to it, but I just tried to go back and forth, weld 2 or 3 inches at a time, and let it cool and go back and forth and let her cool down. Didn't let her get too hot, but yeah, pretty cool. I'm stoked to have this. They are together till death do they part. Yeah, pretty cool. So I need to get my engine in there and see about that cross member. I probably got to use that other cross member, and I see a lot of guys when they do these, they have to redo that tunnel right there. That cover comes off on the inside and remake one. So I got some motor mounts coming for an older block, and it's a special like conversion kit to put a 60s, early 70s Pontiac motor into a 78 to 81 Firebird. So those are on the way. And I need to test fit that motor before I paint it all and everything probably. So I would like to put the wheel on it and set it down on the ground. I might do that too. I got to do these inner fender welds. They bolt onto there, and then I'll have to notch around that A-arm. That's going to be tricky to make them look nice. I did the ones on my international chop top truck. They came out pretty good, and I ended up not even putting them on there to see that Mustang 2 tubular A-arm kit that I put on it. But yeah, pretty cool. So that's the conclusion of the subframe graft on the old 55 GMC, I guess. It's been fun. I'll surely do another one. It's kind of funny. All my my 3 hot rods I got. The 55, I chopped the frame off. I put a straight axle on. This one, I chopped the frame off, took the straight axle off, and put independent front suspension. My international street rod truck that's in the shop on the other side of the 55, I cut that frame in half and shortened it, put a Mustang 2 tubular A-arm steering kit. I got a thing with chopping these cars in half, it seems like. I was thinking about that the other day, but yeah, pretty cool. So we'll see what the next video brings. You know, I'm gonna figure out something. Alright guys, well, I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time. Hot Rod Rumble on.